Have you ever wondered about the significance of dreams and their uncanny ability to predict the future? This question seems to have weighed heavily on the mind of one of America's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln, on a fateful day in April of 1865. That day, Lincoln was not in the battlefield strategizing the end of the Civil War, nor was he in his office, drafting the laws that would shape the future of the nation. He was in the White House, sharing an unusual dream with his friends. A dream that was not just a dream, but an eerie premonition of things to come. In his dream, Lincoln found himself wandering through the corridors of the White House. The familiar halls echoed with the sounds of quiet weeping. He moved from room to room, drawn by the sobs, but found no one. The house was devoid of people, yet filled with a profound sense of sorrow that seemed to seep from the very walls. The journey led him to the East Room. This was not the East Room as he knew it, full of life, laughter, and political discourse. Instead, it was transformed into a somber scene from a funeral. There, in the center of the room, was a catafalque. Upon it lay a corpse, draped in funeral vestments, its face covered, leaving the identity of the deceased a mystery. In the Bible, dreams often serve as divine messages or prophetic visions. This is a concept that Abraham Lincoln himself referenced, acknowledging the significant role dreams play within the biblical narrative. Take, for instance, the story of Joseph in the Old Testament. Joseph was gifted with the ability to interpret dreams, a talent that ultimately propelled him from a prisoner to a powerful ruler in Egypt. His interpretations of Pharaoh's dreams were not just mere conjecture, but divine revelations that forecasted 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. This foresight allowed Egypt to prepare and subsequently survive the famine, highlighting the power and potential impact of dreams. In the New Testament, dreams retained their significance. The Gospel of Matthew recounts how Joseph, the husband of Mary, was visited by an angel in a dream, who revealed that Mary would give birth to Jesus, the Son of God. Here, a dream served as a divine announcement, a method of communication between the earthly and the divine. These examples illustrate that dreams, in the biblical context, are not random, inconsequential thoughts that occupy our minds during sleep. Rather, they are regarded as significant channels of communication, often bearing messages, warnings, or prophecies. Lincoln's reference to the biblical interpretation of dreams underscores his understanding of their potential importance. His dream, though disturbing, was not dismissed as a mere product of an overactive imagination. Instead, it was seen as possibly prophetic, a forewarning of an event that would later transpire. He was not alone in this belief. Many cultures, religions, and philosophies throughout history have attributed significance to dreams, viewing them as mystical or supernatural phenomena that can offer insights into the future or reflections of our deepest fears and desires. So, revisiting Lincoln's question, if we believe the Bible, we must accept the fact that many things are made known in our dreams. We are thus left pondering, if we believe the Bible, as Lincoln did, must we accept the fact that our dreams can indeed reveal the future? Despite the haunting nature of his dream, Lincoln simply dismissed it as a mere nightmare. A man of logic, of reason, Lincoln found himself shrugging off this eerie vision as nothing more than a trick of the mind, a product of stress, perhaps. After all, he was the president, the leader of a nation in turmoil. It was only natural for his subconscious to conjure such morbid imagery. Yet, this dream was different. It clung to him like a shroud, casting a shadow over his thoughts. He admitted, with a weary sigh, "It has strangely annoyed me." Lincoln, a figure of stoic strength and resilience, was troubled. Not by the dream itself, but by the lingering feeling it left, the unsettling echo that whispered in the silence of his mind. The sobs, the mourning, the lifeless body on the dais. It was all too real, too vivid. But Lincoln, ever the pragmatist, shook off the unease. He faced the mirror, the reflection of a man burdened by the weight of a nation, and told himself, it is only a dream. He tried to bury it in the recesses of his mind, to lock it away in the vault of forgotten thoughts. He tried to dismiss it, to discard it, to detach himself from the eerie premonition that his subconscious had woven. And for a while, he succeeded. The affairs of the state consumed him, the war, the politics, the plight of his people. He was, after all, the president, and his duty lay with his people, with his nation. The dream was pushed aside. The haunting memory faded into the background, silenced by the roar of his responsibilities. Yet the dream lingered, a spectre in the shadows, a ghost in the corridors of his mind. Lincoln, with a heavy heart, carried on, his gaze fixed on the path ahead, his mind occupied with the affairs of the state, his heart filled with the love for his people. But little did he know his dismissal would soon turn into reality. The night of April 14th, 1865, was to be the last for President Lincoln. As the evening began to unfold, there was a certain sense of unease that loomed in the air. Unbeknownst to all, it was a night that was destined to etch itself in the annals of history. Earlier in the day, Lincoln had shared his haunting dream. Despite this, he continued on with his duties, seemingly unperturbed. That night, Lincoln and his wife were to attend a play at Ford's Theatre. Extra precautions were taken, given the tumultuous times. Security was heightened, ensuring the president's safety was of paramount importance. Yet, despite these efforts, fate had a cruel twist in store. As the president sat engrossed in the play, a man named John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor and Confederate sympathizer, managed to sneak into the president's box. What happened next is a chilling testament to the fragility of life. The theater erupted into chaos. The president was quickly carried across the street to a boarding house, where he would breathe his last the following morning. The news of the president's assassination spread like wildfire, causing shock, disbelief, and a profound sense of loss that swept across the nation. Here was a man who had led the nation through the tumultuous times of the Civil War, who had fought for the abolition of slavery, and who had dreamt of a unified and peaceful nation. His dream, however, had eerily predicted his fate, a morbid foretelling that was ignored as mere figments of his imagination. As Lincoln lay lifeless, an invisible crowd of mourners began their lamentations. The White House, once filled with life and laughter, was now shrouded in an eerie silence. The mournful sobs that had once haunted Lincoln in his dream now echoed through the halls of the White House. The unfortunate reality mirrored the dream he'd had, down to the mournful sobs of an invisible crowd. The eerie accuracy of Lincoln's dream raises many questions about the nature of dreams and their potential significance. Lincoln's dream, in all its chilling detail, is a testament to the mysterious and often unexplored realm of the subconscious mind. It leads us to ponder, are dreams just a random sequence of thoughts and images, or could they be something more? The dream of our 16th president, occurring on the eve of his assassination, was not just a random jumble of thoughts. It was a detailed, vivid narrative, a haunting premonition that seemed to eerily foreshadow his untimely demise. Was this a mere coincidence, or was it a glimpse into the future, a forewarning of events yet to unfold? Many ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Greeks, believed in the prophetic power of dreams. They saw dreams as messages from the gods, as signs of what was to come. In the Bible, dreams were often seen as divine revelations, as a medium through which God communicated with humans. Lincoln himself referenced the biblical significance of dreams, showing an awareness of their potential deeper meaning. In modern times, the science of dreams, or neurology, is still a field ripe with mysteries and unanswered questions. While some researchers assert that dreams are our brain's way of processing emotions and memories, others propose that they could be a form of problem-solving or even a rehearsal for future events. Reflecting on Lincoln's dream, we are left to wonder, was this a prophetic dream, a subconscious intuition of his impending fate? Or was it just an unfortunate coincidence, a random dream that took on a tragic significance in retrospect? Could it be that our dreams are a window into the future, or is it all just a coincidence? As we delve further into the uncharted depths of the human mind, we may yet discover the answer to this fascinating question. Until then, the mystery of Lincoln's dream continues to captivate us. a poignant reminder of the enigmatic power of dreams. The story of Lincoln's prophetic dream is a fascinating intersection of history and the mysterious world of dreams. As we journeyed through this unusual narrative, we revisited the details of Lincoln's unsettling dream. A journey through a house filled with invisible mourners, a corpse lying in state in the East Room, a soldier's declaration that the deceased was the president, killed by an assassin. The dream was a haunting tableau, an eerie echo of the actual events that would unfold later that day, as Lincoln himself became the victim of an assassin's bullet. We also delved into the biblical references that Lincoln made, further emphasizing the importance he placed on dreams and their potential to reveal truths. The Bible, revered by Lincoln, is replete with instances of dreams serving as divine messages, and it seems that Lincoln may have viewed his own dream through a similar lens. Yet despite the foreboding nature of his dream, Lincoln seemed to dismiss it as mere imagination, an oddity rather than a prophecy. His reaction, a mix of unease and dismissal, is reflective of the broader human experience with dreams. They often leave us puzzled, questioning their meanings, their origins, and their potential to foretell the future. The fateful night of Lincoln's assassination, a tragic event that changed the course of American history, was eerily foreshadowed in Lincoln's dream. The dream and the reality were chillingly similar, leading us to wonder about the nature of dreams and their potential connection to our waking lives. Whether one views Lincoln's dream as a mere coincidence or a prophetic vision, it adds another layer of intrigue to the life of one of America's most revered leaders. It raises questions about dreams and their potential to reveal future events, a topic that continues to fascinate and perplex us. Whether you believe in the prophetic nature of dreams or not, one thing is certain: the dream of Abraham Lincoln remains one of history's most intriguing mysteries. Thank you for watching. Join us in our next episode as we continue to unravel the mysteries of history.